Hey guys, it's Striker Graphics here. I just want to start this video by saying thank you so much for all the support and feedback that I got in my previous text tutorial. As of today, it has reached over 400,000 views and over 7,000 likes, which is more than I could possibly ever imagine. So with that being said, let's start with the video. The first step you want to do is add a text layer. You can do so by clicking T on your keyboard or selecting the text tool over here on the toolbar. For this video, I'm going to write tutorial and I'm going to change the font. The font I'm using is called Uranium, and I'll make sure to leave it in the description below for people that want to use it too. So next, let's add a bit more to our text since right now it's just a solid color. You're going to want to right click your text layer, go all the way up here to blending options. And here we have a lot of choices to edit the text. For this video, I'm just going to be using a gradient overlay and a inner glow. In the gradient overlay tab, you want to leave the blend mode at normal, keep the opacity at 100. And for the actual gradient, you can choose any color or any combination you want. For this video, I'm just using a Adobe Photoshop preset for blues that I think looks pretty good. For inner glow, you're going to want to make sure the blend mode is on overlay. I'm going to keep the opacity to 100%, but you can change it to your liking. The higher the opacity, the harsher the glow. Keep the noise at 0% and make sure the color is white. Next, you're going to make sure the source is on the edge. I'm going to have the choke be 15% and I'm going to use the size as 10 pixels. So once we've added the gradient overlay and inner glow, I'm going to click OK. And now we can get into adding the 3D part of the text. What I'm about to do is optional, but I do highly recommend that you make the habit of doing this. For bigger projects, it's going to make it a lot easier to navigate through your layers. I'm going to name this folder text, and I'm going to drag in the text layer into that folder. Next, I'm going to duplicate my text layer. You want to make sure you're highlighted and you want to click Control J if you're on Windows or Command J if you're on Mac, which will create this new copy here. I'm going to name this the front layer because this is going to be the front layer of the text. I'm going to name the other copy bottom layer. Next, I'm going to remove the inner glow on the bottom layer. We're going to add that back later. Next, you're going to convert both of these into smart objects by right-clicking and clicking Convert to Smart Object, and do it for both. Next, we're going to add the 3D part to the text. You're going to want to select the bottom layer, hold Alt on your keyboard, and spam the down arrow key. As you can see, the more you click it, the more copies it makes going in that downwards direction. Next, you're going to want to merge all these copies into one. Click the very top layer of your bottom layer copy, hold Shift, go all the way to the bottom, and click the very last one. And then you're going to want to click Control or Command E to merge them together. And I'm going to rename this back to bottom layer. So now that we have the 3D look, it doesn't look quite as realistic as I want it to look. So we're going to go back to the blending options in the bottom layer by right-clicking and clicking blending options. And this time we're going to add a bit of inner shadow. So for the inner shadow, you want the blend mode to be multiply, you want the color to be black, and for this case, I'm going to be using 40% opacity and a size of 90. Once again, you can change any of these to your likings. Next, I'm going to add satin, which gives it a darker look again. I'm going to keep the opacity at 50%, distance at 70, size at 75. And finally, I'm going to add that inner glow back. And this time, I'm just going to lower the opacity a bit, maybe to 75. 75 looks good. Then I'm going to click OK. And there you have it. You have the 3D text right here, just from scratch using Photoshop. If you want to add a little bit more to it, we can add some lighting effects to it. So you're going to want to click a new layer. Make sure it's out of the text folder and over it. I'm going to rename this to lighting effect. And then I'm going to hold Alt and you'll see this little box appear when you're in between two layers. And you want to click. And what this essentially does is it masks every effect you do on this layer onto the text folder. So while we're highlighted on the lighting effect layer, I'm going to grab a brush tool by clicking B or choosing the brush tool over here in the toolbar. I'm going to increase the size. You can do it by going up here, leave the hardness at 0, and make sure the color is white. Next, I'm just going to click on random areas just to add some nice lighting to it. So once you're done adding white spots all over the text, you're going to want to go back to the layer and change the blending mode to overlay. Now, as you can see, it gives it a little bit of a shine at some places, which makes it look really nice. And that's it, you're done. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like. If you guys want any more tutorials, be sure to request them down in the comments below. I do read all of them. Once again, thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next video.